I can't believe that this will be the last video I will film here in this place. This was my recording place for more than 4 years now. So it's interesting, it's awesome how life works sometimes when you less expect it. For 4 years, we didn't even have a place to sit together in silence. And now, this is our home. This video isn't a house tour, okay, it's just a small win, one that I thought, honestly, it will never happen. So you may know that this channel is my open diary, and as I said multiple times, I will be documenting my mistakes, my failures, and my struggles, but also my wins, even if it's just a small win. And this is one of them, and I'm so glad that this happened right now at the beginning of this channel so I can share it with you guys. After 4 years of doing everything the hard way, we finally moved in together. And I want to tell you why this moment means so much more than it looks. Let me tell you a quick background story first. So we met back in 2021 at university here in Madrid. I was at the most famous one, which is the Complutense University. So we met there, and even though we were living in the same city here in Madrid, it actually felt somehow like a long-distance relationship anyways. We could only see each other a few days a week and only in public spaces like university, cafes and parks, never at home. For almost a year, our relationship had to stay quiet. Our relationship was basically a secret. Like thousands of years ago when certain relationships were forbidden, so they have to date in silence, maintaining it as a secret, as I explained you in this video. And if you haven't watched it yet, then go watch it, because it's basically about why our generation struggles to maintain a relationship nowadays, even though we have a lot more freedom than thousands of years ago. So because our relationship was basically a secret for a year, long story, I will not tell you that story in this video, maybe for the next one. But because of that, I couldn't invite him where I lived, which is this house, and he couldn't invite me to his place. Even though I went sometimes to his place, but it had to be fast and hidden somehow, because his parents, let's say, didn't like the idea of me going to his house. You know what I mean? Of course, how I was living with his parents. And if we wanted, of course, more privacy, more intimacy, we had to rent an Airbnb for one day. And of course, we were just students and we didn't have that much money. So it was like maybe once every month or every 2 or even 3 months. And on top of that, 2 years later, he started working at his family's restaurant. So no vacations and just 1 free day per week. So for 4 years, we built a relationship without having a space for our own, without meeting each other as much as we wanted. Things that most couples take for granted, like watching TV, taking a nap together or cooking, that felt like luxury for us. We basically never had just a space in which we could meet sometimes and do all that stuff. I genuinely thought this moment will never come. Moving in together felt impossible from the beginning, especially here in Spain. We were searching for an apartment for months, literally every single day, calling and texting every single apartment listing we see. And rent prices are literally a freaking joke. It's impossible to rent an apartment in today's economy. And please go watch this video so you can know what I'm exactly talking about. And also, the majority of people and apartment we were contacting didn't even answer it back. It was so difficult to find an apartment. I thought it would be impossible, and that's why I actually thought about going back to my parents' house. They are living in another city. Of course, it was a very difficult decision for me, because that means that I will left my boyfriend behind, because my plan was to live there with my parents while we are still searching here for an apartment, and once we find that apartment I will come back here to Madrid with my boyfriend. But who knows how much time that will be. So of course it was not easy. I was planning on leaving everything behind here and go back to my parents' house like a loser. But of course the hardest part will be the uncertain time I will have to spend there with my parents without knowing when I will come back here. But living here for more time was definitely not an option anymore. It was hard, so hard. And I can't even mention how many things I had to tolerate just to stay here near my boyfriend and my best friend and my stuff, my life in general here in Madrid. So staying here for more time had become unsustainable. But things happened and my health was getting worse and worse, and I got an infection, I got surgery. I was planning on going back to my parents' house the first week of October. I told my boyfriend that if we don't find an apartment until the 1st October, then I will be back to my parents' home. And exactly that first day of October, that infection just started. So I was basically forced by universe, by life, by whatever to stay more time here, because of course I couldn't make that trip and move to my parents' house if I was getting an infection and if I was sick. So I basically spent the whole month of October basically being sick and going to the hospital and this and that. And at the end of October I got a surgery, and then after surgery of course I have to recover. So of course I had to go to the hospital, go to see my doctor, got to see my nurse. He was basically taking care of me every single week so I can recover. And of course I couldn't move to my parents' house in that situation. So I have also had to spend the whole November month here as well. So I was forced to spend 2 more months here. But now I know that universe and life had this plan for me to move in December with my boyfriend. I'm not happy that I had that infection. It was awful, but somehow that stopped me to make that move, because it will be a useless move, of course. So I had spent 2 awful months, and I thought that it would be impossible to move in together at that point, and it was so hard. And it's so funny because earlier this year my boyfriend asked me what I want for Christmas as a gift. Honestly, I just said, all I want is to live with you and spend Christmas together this year with you. It's literally, that will be the best Christmas gift ever. Say that as a joke, basically. I didn't believe that could be possible. And somehow we moved in literally 2 days before Christmas. December 23. So we rushed to buy a small Christmas tree and the most basic things. We didn't have time, we didn't have much money, but we at least have this. And that's enough for me. I don't have enough money to buy everything I would like right now for our apartment, but I'm glad that at least I can finally have my own private space and I can have the peace and independence I deserve and I was looking for years. If you don't trust yourself, trust me, because I am also a common person like you, and if it happens to me, it will happen for you too. And I also have to say that I'm not in the best moment in my life. I was going through grief. This year was honestly awful for me in many areas of my life. I wasn't happy. I wasn't that manifestation girl anymore. I didn't even had faith. So even though it happened, because deep inside me I knew that this is what I deserve, there should be also an opportunity for me. And we just got that apartment literally by destiny or by faith, but whatever you want to call it. But it definitely seems like the universe helped me somehow, because if not, it will be impossible. Even though right now it's so hard for me to embrace this new reality, like I am really leaving this place. I am basically packaging all my things and making my boxes so I can move to my new apartment with my boyfriend. It feels, I don't know, it's like I can't be happy enough because I still can't believe that it's happening, if you know what I mean. I will be documenting more episodes of this and hope you guys will be with me here. If you like this video so far, please make sure to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. That way you can see more wins and more failures, of course, because I will have a lot more failures until I get where I want to get. Of course, that's part of the process. But yeah, I'm so happy that I started this channel and I can already document one small win. I'm so happy and excited to see what's coming next and to live this new arc of my life. So I really hope you will be here with me to see everything and to win together and fail together and get to our goals together. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.